T-shirt is actually for Mardi Gras, which is coming up next little while. And Dirt Road Diaries. I don't know what I can tell you about that today. Yes, this hat used to belong to Bob Ross, our Enlightenment Australian guy, but he's kind of disappeared. So I'm just starting to wear hats just so that I look different in the different little videos that I make. Someone's complaining about my bangs hanging down. Big deal. Okay, so someone wanted me to talk about coronavirus. It's not SARS, it's not Zika virus, it's not the bubonic plague, it's not airborne cancer, etc., etc. What is it? It is, generally speaking, something to make you go, oh my God. So someone wants to know, from a spiritual perspective, what is it? That's too broad a terminology. I've been calling it fear porn. I didn't invent the term. I heard it somewhere, but it's totally appropriate. It is, once again, the news media brainwashing the world to believe that the sky is falling, Chicken Little. The sky is falling, Chicken Little, and they are really good at doing this. Rolling out the next big story to grab everyone's attention. They want your attention so that they can get more of your attention, more of your energy, more of your energy. On one level, it's because they really want you listening so their advertisers can get you to watch or to hear, because it's about selling advertising. But on the tin hat level, it's to get you afraid, because the tin hat story is that there are people who benefit from you being afraid. They get you calling for action, 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 and they're going to step in and say, I'm the government, I'm here to help you. Or I'm a private big pharmaceutical company here to help you. I'm a doctor here to help you. I'm an alternative health person that's here to throw more bullshit into the story and spin it and spin it and spin it. It's just that I've been on this earth for over 50 years, and I've seen it all. I was around the 1980s when they kept threatening to have a nuclear war. I can't tell you how many fear stories that they put out over the years, but it's all they ever do. So should you be concerned? No, not at all. No. Don't even bother going to your drugstore to buy a face mask or something. Don't. I might get a cold or something. Well, sometimes I feel like I'm getting a touch of something too, but I swear to God, I am not going to cower in a corner over another one of the, what happened to Zika virus? They said it was going to be around forever and people were going to be giving birth to pin-headed babies. No more talk about it. Why? I mean, if they were smart, they would keep talking about Zika virus forever. No, they just dropped the story when they got something new. They're pretty stupid, but they, generally speaking, want your attention. And maybe they thought, well, you're bored of hearing about Zika virus. And when they say, NBC News makes the news theme song at 6:30 at night, and if it's about Zika, they figure, well, you've heard about that, so you're kind of you're not too upset about it anymore. You're bored with the story. They got to come up with something new. Someone else wants me to talk about it from a spiritual perspective, and they want me to talk about this book over here. This book over here. This is an old book that I got from a used bookstore for $3. It's $3. $3. And the book, you can't read it. It's Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures by Mary Baker Eddy. This is the textbook for an old kind of religion called Christian Science. And Christian Science has basically disappeared. I don't know what happened. I guess everyone went to church, got the book, and then they never needed to go back to church again. But it's basically Mary Baker Eddy and her interpretation of the Christian Bible. Let's see, this one, this is an old book. Now, this particular copy looks like it was 1971. But Mary Baker Eddy's book was published in 1875. Well, why did we pick this book? Because in essence, what Mary Baker Eddy says is that in your divinity, there is no sickness and there is no death. There is no poverty. And she goes on, she picks apart the Christian Bible to find quotations that support her premise that you don't need doctors, you don't need pharmaceuticals. Someone wants to remind me that she wasn't a big fan of tobacco back in 1875. And she said if you follow her path, you'll lose the taste for tobacco and booze. And this other person also wants me to remind you that it's pretty much untrue that tobacco and alcohol in of themselves are going to hurt you. But in 1875, they were getting ready for prohibition against booze. And I guess they didn't like the idea of saloons with cowboys in there sitting, playing cards, drinking whiskey and, their tobacco. I don't think she liked that very much. She didn't think it was Christian. But I think it was a sign of her times. I don't encourage people to drink alcohol. And as far as smoking, if you're smoking a pack a day, you're smoking too much. But if you're having some tobacco, maybe not every day, is it really hurting you? Over 20, 30 years, is it hurting you? The answer is it depends on what? I can't say. So what's the whole point of this science and health? It's if you were of very high vibration, how high a vibration? Higher than you're thinking. It's not like you meditate for 2 hours and then you go out with a 40 ounces of hard liquor and decide to get tanked. No, that's not going to raise your vibration high enough so that alcohol is not going to hurt you. What about tobacco? Ditto for tobacco. In other words, if you're smoking a pack a day and you're going through a 40 ouncer a week, you're not doing too good. But if you raise your vibration quite high and you had 1 ounce of whiskey and a cigar, I don't think it's going to hurt you. But I just said, I don't think. Is it going to hurt you? Um, Somebody might puke on the first drink or the first haul off a cigar. They might puke. But is it true that your divinity is going to protect you from disease and death? Um, it's most likely going to be more to do with the people who are going to witness your dead body lying there. What do I mean? Well, you yourself will um, live. You're an immortal spirit, so you will live. But the people who are left behind, if they see you dead, are going to see a dead body because their vibrations are not high enough to see you in your spirit form. It's all about vibration, and your own experience of life is based upon your vibration. So if you're used to everyone dropping dead and people smoking and getting disease or drinking and getting disease, that's what you're going to tend to see. So it's basically because the planet as a whole, the collective consciousness of humanity is not very high. How high? I don't know exactly, but let's say, can't even guess. I can't even guess. But Dr. David R. Hawkins, when he was writing his books in the 1990s, said that humanity collectively calibrated about 203, which is just barely into positivity. And that was a collective. He said the majority of people in numbers actually calibrated, the majority calibrates under 200 back in the 1990s. So our planet is definitely not heaven. We have got some people who are in positive territory on the scale of human consciousness, and we still have a lot of people that are not even at 200. So you need to look at the scale of human consciousness and go, what the hell's going on here? Well, what's going on here is a deep belief among the people here that we are physical, made of dead physical matter, and we can't even figure out how it is that we came to be alive out of dead physical matter. And I've said it a million times, it's because we still are stuck on this idea from Isaac Newton, who lived around 1700. So we never got to quantum physics, or we never got to the holodeck of Star Trek. If you look at the hologram, the holodeck of Star Trek, that is the best idea I can give for you as to the true nature of our reality. It sure appears physical in the holodeck, but when they turn off the holodeck, it's phony baloney. So that's the way our world is too. But you won't see it. You won't see it. You are going to see a physical, dead physical matter reality, because that's what we're taught at school, mostly by omission. I mean, they might talk about quantum physics in the 11th grade of high school for a few classes, but then they're going to move on and you're going to forget about it. And even when you talk about quantum physics, it doesn't explain anything about our apparent physicality. So you have to go with Star Trek, you have to go with the holodeck. And then there's different books that will help you. The Holographic Universe was one book. Cracking the Cosmic Egg was another book. But these are few and far between. And then there's all kinds of so-called New Age spiritual books that have little bits and pieces of good information and a lot of bullshit. But as far as this book goes, Science and Health, what does the science of it all say? Well, she says basically you just have to remember you're a divinity. You're a divinity, and, would Jesus go to see a doctor? No. Wants to know if Buddha would go see a doctor. I don't think so. But the record showed that Buddha died in the body, and Jesus died and then reappeared and then ascended out of sight or something. And a lot of people say, well, it's just mythological things. It is. It is, it is, it is. And the only way you're going to really find out if it's true is you're going to have to follow what these people told you in the mythology. Jesus said, go into your closet and pray. What does that mean? It's translated from 2,000 years ago, from perhaps Aramaic into Hebrew or into Greek and then into Latin and then into English. I mean, but I'll tell you what it really means. Jesus saying going into your closet means closing your eyes and meditating. And that's all. There's a lot of other coded things that talk about waking up your Kundalini system, but that's people's interpretation. It doesn't actually say that. But, if you're really good and you follow these people that say it's about raising your Kundalini, it could mean that. But you can go into your closet, and your closet is your body, and meditate. And what else can you get from Buddha? Go meditate underneath the Bodhi tree until you're enlightened. And so the Buddha and Jesus were divinities. And if you're going to follow them, you better start meditating. Not once a week or once a month or once a year. No, you're going to have to meditate every day. And I keep saying that. In other words, if you're going to test this mythology to see if there's anything true about it, you're going to have to start somewhere. And I'm just giving you a hint. Both Buddha and Jesus said meditate. So if you want your hologram that you live in to change, to start giving you feedback that, oh my God, it really is a hologram and it does respond to me doing things. In other words, if you're going to drive a garbage truck every day and you're not going to meditate and you're not going to do anything but drive your garbage truck, it's certainly going to always appear to be a physical universe. But if you meditate and you do your homework, which means you're going to have to read, watch videos, and become very good at meditating and meditating and meditating, and then reviewing these videos and these books to see, what is true and what is filler. I already told you with Mary Baker Eddy, there's still bullshit in here. But on the basis of her just saying, you just got to keep reminding yourself that you're a divinity. You're an extension of the source energy or God. You're an extension of that. Therefore, there's no separation between you and that thing. So these other people around you that are getting sick and dropping dead because of, oh, I got coronavirus or whatever, it's because their vibration is very low and they're brainwashed to believe that they're a human being that is immortal. Amortal. In other words, something that dies. So as I said, if the people around you find a dead body sometime of you, that's on them. It's on them. It's not up to you to pull a Jesus for them. Maybe you will if we get the vibration high enough on the planet, but it's not up to you. Your only job is to know you're an extension of the divinity, and even if other people see you drop the body, in other words, your physical form drop dead, it's on them for not raising their vibration high enough. It's on them. It's on them. It's on them. Well, these people, yes, they're going to reincarnate. They're going to be shocked when they drop the body, when their body, physical body, drops dead, because they're going to walk out of it, and hopefully there'll be somebody there to guide them. But why wait till you drop the body to figure that out? Go with the mythology, meditate now, and get your vibration up. Because the more you get your vibration up, the more the hologram around you is going to give you confirmations that you're doing the right thing. You're going to see synchronicities, serendipities, deja vus, confirmations. You might start seeing, like the 1111. Look for the symbology. If you see a deer today, I saw one a week or so ago, then what you do is you go onto Google and you type in symbology of a deer. Keep looking things up. If you see 1111, then use Google and what does it say? You see the same number on a license plate. I mean, the other day I was driving down the street and 2 cars in front of me had the same 3 numbers. In the place I'm at, we have 3 numbers and 3 letters on a license plate. And there was 2 cars with the same 3 numbers ahead of me. So what I would do is I would either go onto Google and look up angel number of whatever that was, or you might get a copy of Doreen Virtue's angel number book and put it in your car. Put it in your car, so if you see some numbers, you can go into this little book. It's a little tiny book, and you can look up. You can look it up. This is what I did, and I've been doing this for a very long time. So, and does the hologram show me synchronicities and serendipities and deja? Oh yes, all the time. All the time. In fact, last night, when I was out at karaoke, the DJ was very upset because her computer crashed. And I came and sat with her and I said, don't worry about it. No big deal. And she rebooted the computer and it took a little while. It's an older computer. And when it came back up, what was the time on the computer? 11:11. Exactly 11:11. So you go look up the 11:11 phenomena. It means time of awakening. So it's real. Meditate, 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 meditate. Every day. Open your eyes. Look for symbology of things you see. That's how it works. That's how you get confirmations. It really works. It works for me. It works for me. I swear. I swear. What do you want me to swear on? Whatever you want.